Hey everyone, in this audio segment, we talk about some recent missing person cases in Pennsylvania. We then go on to speculate about the reasons for these missing people and possible abductions. If you want full podcast episodes, check out the links in the description. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Clumpy, but you got anything you want to talk about?
I got some missing person stories.
Oh, wow. Let me play a little intro for you. Here you go.
Yeah, you fascist white male.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, Alex. So you have there's videos I sent to you in Slack in the Carrot Shop. If you want to play?
Yeah. I'll pop this open.
Do the first one I sent at 6:38.
Sure. Absolutely. Here we go. As long as my ad blocker doesn't give me shit. It's loaded.
It shouldn't.
Breaking right now, a body found in South Buffalo Township. Good evening, I'm David Johnson.
And I'm Peggy Finnegan. Police confirm it was that of a missing person just identified as 33-year-old Donald Mastandrea.
And Channel 11's Damani Lewis has spoken with police. He joins us live with what we know right now. Damani.
Well, David and Peggy, I want you to take a look at where we are right now. Now, investigators tell us they found the victim's body about 200 to 300 yards from this creek just before noon today. Now, tonight, investigators tell us they are not ruling out anything until an autopsy is done. We sent Chopper 11 up to show you the area from overhead, where head search teams and emergency crews made the discovery here in a wooded area near a creek. Investigators tell Channel 11 just before noon they found the body of Donald Mastandrea at a campsite near Dock Hollow Road in Armstrong County.
He was camping there. There was a campsite that he was found at. We found his belongings at that campsite.
Family members told police they last heard from Mastandrea last Wednesday and have been aggressively spreading the word about his disappearance on social media. Investigators say he was a known camper.
The victim may have been there for a couple of days. We're not sure of that yet.
Investigators say there was no physical trauma to the body, and they're not sure what caused his death.
Everything at this point, we're treating it as an accident, but until we do further investigation and see if there's anything else there during the autopsy, we'll have better information for you after that.
Okay, shut up, these news people.
All right, good find. No apparent trauma to the body found close to a body of water in the woods.
There's stuff they're leaving out that's in the article with this video. He was found 200 to 300 yards north of his campsite by a creek. So he was only 900 feet at most from where he was camping.
Yeah,
missing for almost a week.
They said he was a known camper, so that means he's gone out. He's pretty comfortable camping.
Here we go. Okay, he's 900. By the way, our weather really hasn't been that bad. It's been a little cold. We've gotten maybe a couple inches of snow, but it's melted off and on. So it's not like a blizzard.
We'll say it again. This is in Pennsylvania.
Right, western Pennsylvania.
It's right up the street from you.
I mean, it's closer to you than Tokyo is. So, yeah, it's right up the street.
Sure.
Cause of death has now been declared. He died of exposure, according to the medical examiner. How does someone less than 900 yards from their campsite die from exposure?
Yeah. I mean, I could, if I was injured and if I knew I was dying, even with a broken leg, I think I could drag myself 300 to 900 yards. No, if death was on his doorstep.
900 feet, so maybe 1,000 feet at most. You could, if you had a broken leg, you could drag your ass there. I mean, it's like, okay, I can lay here and die, or I can pull myself over to my camp.
You can do some pretty incredible stuff on adrenaline. I think you could do it. Not unless he was so paralyzed in some way where he was physically unable to move. And they said that there's no apparent signs of trauma on his body. So obviously he was able to walk. He was capable of moving. So what prevented him from seeking shelter?
And shelter was less than 1,000 feet away.
Yeah.
That's where his campsite was, where presumably he would have had some dry clothes and at least been able to get help. I don't know how far out he was camping, but I'd imagine you'd have had a cell phone with him.
I guess it's possible. It is possible that you could get so drunk that you would just die because you were so inebriated you died of exposure.
I think your body would wake your ass up, though, once you get cold enough.
I've been in some pretty interesting drunken situations where my body has woken itself up and said, look, dude, you got to go. And I've done incredible feats while drunk. Things I don't even remember.
I flew home on a Griffin.
Exactly. People told me about it later. You could do stuff. You could definitely make it 1,000 feet to your campsite. This is a classic missing 411 case.
Sounds like
they just found his body yesterday. So this is hot off the presses.
nice.
You want me to hit that second link?
Yeah, it's another missing person.
Yeah, let's do that.
Pittsburgh as well.
Huh. All right.
This one's different, but it follows more of the cases you see in the Sobering Coincidence.
Okay. I like this.
Just please call us and give us any little bit of information you know. Good, bad, indifferent.
Well, the family of a Northside man desperate to find him. Dakota James hasn't been seen since he was downtown last Wednesday night. Severe Weather Team 11 says it was 50 degrees that night, which could be cold enough for hypothermia. And his family says it isn't like him not to keep in touch. Channel 11's Jennifer Tomazic talked with the family. And
I have to keep in mind, this is a different story, a separate person.
And they both lost contact on Wednesday.
Yeah, we have to reiterate that this is a totally different case.
He's live downtown at the last spot Dakota was seen. Jennifer.
And this is new at noon for you, Damani. That last time that Dakota James was seen, we have learned, was right here at Smithfield and Liberty, not at Market Square like originally thought. That's what his family is telling me this afternoon. I want you to take a look. If you've been in this area, you've probably seen this missing poster. Have you seen Dakota Leo James? His family tells me they have put up 300 to 400 of these posters all over the city. And I can tell you, they are desperate to find him.
We already had the car packed to go to Deep Creek this weekend. Cody was going to come down and meet us there.
Instead of a family trip, Jeff and Pam James are in Pittsburgh looking for their 23-year-old son, Dakota, who has been missing since last Wednesday, January 25th.
Just please call us and give us any little bit of information you know. Good, bad, indifferent.
Here's a timeline of his night. Pam says that he went out with some friends at Station Square after work at J.B. Hunt, where he has a full-time job on top of getting his master's from Duquesne. They made their way to Market Square around 9:45. New today, Pam learned from there, two of them went to 941 Saloon, the last record of Dakota using his credit card, and then to Images on Liberty Avenue. He left with a co-worker who got into an Uber at Smithfield and Liberty.
This is the thing we're trying to find out today, is whether he got on the subway at 11:49 or it closed too soon for him to get on the subway and he walked.
She says detectives are looking at new surveillance video today that might show that. Managers at his apartment on the north side discovered that he didn't come home Wednesday night after his work requested a welfare check because he didn't show up on Thursday, which his father insists isn't like him at all.
He's a good kid. He's very punctual. He doesn't miss school. He doesn't miss work. He doesn't miss anything.
This is really hard on Dakota's parents, and those closest to him have come here to help his parents trying to look for him here in Pittsburgh. Now, there is surveillance video.
I can pan that down
the
right
night
there.
that he went missing, I asked.
So, another Pennsylvania missing person. This guy was 23. The previous one was 33. Not like them to check in. This guy was obviously smart, getting his master's degree. Disappeared in an urban setting, though.
If he missed the subway, he would have had to walk over a river.
Yes.
To get over to the north side where he lived.
Yeah, they gave pretty good shots there. He was drinking near the river. Wait, anywhere in Pittsburgh that you drink, it's near a river, pretty much. So
pretty much
can't escape the water around those parts. Very interesting. The previous case definitely had much more telltale original signs of missing 401. This one is more of the urban disappearances that David Pilates has talked about. So I don't know. You're in the area, Jeff. What do you know about this? Do you know anything more about this?
No, I was searching away at the news video. They haven't brought me. Nothing else has come to light. I'll certainly keep looking, though.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting to hear those two. And I've been listening to some recent David Paulides. He's been giving some talks and getting out there more and more. He's got that new movie coming out pretty soon, and the trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, check and see the movie's actually going to be coming out, because there's a lot of film festivals that have been going on. I don't know if he's going to even care to showcase it there or not, but it's very well done. It's professionally edited.
Did I hear that he had to show it at a film festival first, or
I don't know.
I can't remember. There was something. He was on whenever he was on a Coast to Coast or something, or one of his newest talks at like MUFON. I think he mentioned something.
I saw. So he, David went down to Australia, and I think he was down there. He might be still down there. At least maybe a week or two ago, he was going around giving talks in Australia about the missing 411 subject, and he's been investigating some missing persons down there as well. And he's identified some clusters of missing people down there. The people down there are eating this up, and so he's definitely getting much more worldwide attention. People are very curious about the missing 401 topic, and it's only going to get more and more attention until the United States Park Service, I believe, once the movie comes out, they're going to have to respond in some way. It's not going to make them look good not having complete databases of missing people, or if they do have a database or even Excel spreadsheets of missing people, not giving it up to willingly or not creating such a cumbersome process for people who want to get this information, and not charging exorbitant amounts of money for people curious about missing loved ones. It's not going to make them look good. And apparently from some of the talks that he's given and some of the interactions he had and has had with park rangers, they're obviously aware of this, and they recognize that it might be a problem, but they just kind of brush it off. Not a big deal. Just another missing camper. No need to stop coming to the parks. Everything's fine here, Joe. No need to stop camping, dude.
I wonder if I don't know if you're following the George Webb thing, but the organ harvesting thing is sort of where he's ended up with the investigation into the Clinton Foundation. And when people disappear like this, I mean, we talk about like cattle mutilations and all this other stuff. You know, it's like when they come, like, I mean, it's a stretch, but is there any possibility that these people are being disappeared in mysterious ways? There's this missing 411 veneer over basically what is obviously this guy's healthy. We could use all these body parts to sell to our international donors because they need new kidney or new liver or new lung or new heart or whatever.
So there might be something to that. If we want to go down that rabbit hole, I would love to. So there's been a couple of there's a couple of different things that go on with the missing 411. There's clusters of people. There's some old people that go missing. There's young people. They
find their clothes and stuff.
Exactly.
That's like their shoes and clothes.
Like the person that we just talked about, we heard that first report, he was found with no trauma. So that means maybe he was examined and they didn't like his organs, and so they didn't take anything. If we go down if we go down the organ harvesting rabbit hole, or there's people that go missing and are never found. Maybe they're good donors and they take everything that person has.
Yeah.
It seems, and then there's kids that go missing, and then there's kids that are found, like 2 or 3 year old, that have a recollection of something that's quite bizarre, but they come back unharmed. I don't know. There's been various posts on our missing 411 videos. Some people have some pretty good theories. I know my theory that these people are being fucked to death, people didn't like that because there's no signs of trauma, which I completely understand. I get it.
Well, they just have very loose vaginas.
I get it. I understand that. I don't really have any evidence to support my theory, but that's that. But people do... a couple of the big ones are that these people that go missing and that are never found are close to underground military bases, and that they are actually being harvested or there's some kind of underworld connection. And that they either go down. These people that go missing either go down or they go up. Because if they're going north, east, south, or west, they're going to be found within a certain square mile radius because these people are on foot. So you got to look down or you got to look up. And so if they go down, that means that there's some sort of underworld. Are you talking about Hollow Earth? Or are you talking about a possible super secret military complex or infrastructure down there that needs access to live human organs and tissue?
Mm-hmm.
That's the theory. It's just
I think that organs and tissue makes more sense because all that stuff is worth a ton of money. People will pay a lot of money if they think that something's going to save their life.
Well, and there might be a reason that these more intelligent people are being abducted. Maybe you could make a leap in logic or a reason to abduct people that are more intelligent. That they've made this, they made it this far in life. They have a doctorate degree. Maybe they're a doctor or an engineer. They've taken care of themselves better. So maybe therefore their organs or DNA or genes might be that much better to be harvested, as opposed to just abducting homeless people off the street.
Yeah, who are all liquored up and livers are worthless and they don't take care of themselves and shit. Yeah.
I'm completely okay with that theory. There's another theory that has cropped up quite a few times on the comments of the Missing 411 stuff, which is interdimensional portals. People falling through these interdimensional portals, hence never being found. Or if they do fall through the portals, or they wander through a portal long enough just to die, only to come back to our reality where they're found completely intact, but their clothes are... the thing that don't make sense is like sometimes the bodies are found years later, only to find their clothes neatly in a certain pile. There's a lot of things that don't add up here. Like if you were like a crazy doctor that desperately needed to harvest people's organs and DNA because your clients demanded it of you, would you take the time to put the body back in the clothes that you've taken time to kidnap?
Right. Well, and so that was sort of the original reason why I asked the question is there any possibility that this is being done to throw people off the scent of an otherwise more verifiable trail of clues? You know what I mean?
Mix it up a little bit.
Like the end of Shining with Jack Nicholas, whatever. Todd Nickerson.
Jack Nicklaus was a golfer, but yeah, he wasn't Shining. he smashed little kid's brains out with a putter.
Todd Nickerson.
So, you remember when Danny is walking backwards through the maze to lead his crazed dad,
Jack
down
Nicklaus.
the wrong path?
Yes.
Yeah.
The golfer.
So is there any possibility that some of this Missing 411 and all these other kind of paranormal cryptid stories, are they there as distractions to kind of put a fog in front of something that's actually happening?
I certainly wouldn't dismiss the possibility, but then you're going to have a very
like the Mirage Men.
Yeah, I think you would have to have a very coordinated effort to abduct this many people and not leave too many clues behind.
I could see though, like think about it, like we toy with each other at our job. We like
play grab ass, right?
Their desktop, we grab each other's ass. We like hide everybody's desktop documents into one folder, hide that folder, and then screenshot their desktop and make all the typical pranks that you would do just to screw with people. If your whole job, and by George Webb's video series, this is something that's been going on for a long time. Do you think there are certain, strike forces, task forces, whatever you want to call them, that are like, this is their signature. This is something that they do for fun, just like Laura Silsby, who was caught, smuggling these children from Haiti. She's caught with 33 kids. This guy, he's 33, there's like coded stuff in there. A lot of times it's very esoteric, but people do like to leave a signature. And what if one of the signatures is, well, this is going to be a Bigfoot story, this is going to be an alien story, this is going to be, we're going to build this missing 411 thing. They didn't even name it. They just were like, let's do this and see what happens.
Let this guy run with it, and at that point, once this gets out there, all the other UFO and Bigfoot people are going to come and attach their theory to this. We don't got to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be so clouded up under the murkiness of all the speculation that happens when you get online. I don't know. I mean, I love the missing 411 is probably my favorite thing, out of the Bigfoot, the aliens, all that other stuff, because it's one of these things where it's like there's so many weird things and consistencies and inconsistencies from all these cases that you're just kind of like, wow, this is very, very strange.
It almost does.
Even if it was mauled by a bear, you'd find that.
Well, here's the thing, that there are reports, like we said in the past, of after a person that goes missing, there are reports of a military contingent, whether it be a Green Berets or something like that, or there's been reports of even like a SWAT team doing training in that area of where a person goes missing. Are they part of it, or are they in search of something that is doing this? And I want to believe that if we're humans and we're on the same goddamn side, that I want the SWAT team on my side to hunt down whatever may be abducting people. I hope, as a human to human, can we at least say we're on the same side? I hope so. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know if just because there's another maybe alien species out there, I'm not so convinced that just because I'm human that the human I'm looking at has got my best interest in his mind. I don't think that's true. I like to think so. But then you look at movies like They Live, where They Live is a movie about the human race selling itself out to another alien species, all for some kind of financial gain, the gain of power. I don't dismiss it, Joe. I kind of like your body harvesting idea. Some people go missing, and they have very good organs and DNA and genes to harvest. The people that we find, they're garbage. Whoops. We'll try again.
Or they fuck it up somehow or whatever.
They couldn't get them completely. We don't know what the
somebody
procedure.
Comes or
I mean, the best thing we have of any kind of evidence is that the missing 411 voicemail, where the guy has garbled speech, there's pops and clicks going on, and then they found him 6 days later in a fucking lake.
Yeah,
with elevated levels of GHB in the system. So
completely normal.
Which is, I guess, is completely normal for a highly educated black man who worked for the county. I don't know.
Well, and this is the thing is they talk about with these kids, if the Comet Ping Pong thing is real and the Pizzagate stuff, like they talk about these kids are drugged. They're drugged to be more, I guess, I don't know. I didn't even want to think about all the grossness of it all. But like, if you drug them and they don't know what's happening to them, well, it's a lot easier to do whatever nefarious shit they're doing.
Typically, if you are to drug somebody, you're drugging them to be more docile. That's pretty much it.
Or you usually don't drug people so they give up more of a fight.
Typically, you don't give people, PCP. You don't want to give someone PCP to amp them up.
Then they get like retard strength. They could literally tear your face.
You don't want to do that. The aliens tried that.
Like a real good fight.
Yeah. The aliens are not coming down here. Let's give everyone ecstasy and PCP, and maybe we'll abduct some. No, they're gonna have fights inside UFOs. UFOs be crashing everywhere. You're not gonna do that.
No, you got to hit them with something soft, like a codeine or a Dilaudid. Oh Jesus, Dilaudid! Don't get me started on that. It's so great.
You give me that, I'll let aliens fuck me.
Yeah, I will say, come on, let's just see where this goes.
Do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I can do it.
No, we could do it, Bill. Come on.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, Bill. If you get enough Dilaudid in you, Bill, you'll spread them cheeks for, Beep Bop or Bleep Bloop or oh, that's a robot name. It's an alien's name. I don't know an alien's name. Xenu.
J-Rod over there at Air 51. Well, I got a little bit of a story, and then we're going to get into some headlines. If you don't mind, catch me on the other side. Come on.
Hey, John Boy. We're sending help immediately, Mrs. Fletcher.
I'm